Rebel Moon, it got a lot of hate. I mean, let me just read you some of these terrible reviews, okay? While watching the first Rebel Moon, you can't help but wonder if Snyder's specific idea was to do Star Wars, but without any of the fun. An unfortunate Star Wars imitation. In the running for the worst movie of 2023. Man, don't listen to that specific review. It was not the worst movie of 2023. Look, I don't have any negative feelings about this movie. It was very operatic. It was very Starsy. It was very Warsy. But let's get into what's not that bad about it. First off, Zack Snyder is extremely consistent. If you think about this movie, it screams Zack Snyder. It's hard to not feel Zack's presence and style in this movie. It's as if I was in Zack Snyder himself. Okay, not in that way. Like in his mind, it has a lot of pretty angles, a lot of great cinematography, lots of slow-mo, really bassy and dramatic sounds. It is a Zack Snyder film in and out. It's very consistent. That's one really positive thing about it. You can't mistake it for anything else. Zack wants us to feel every living fiber, every feeling the character has had, and also the passage of time for each character. Look at what he did in Man of Steel. Henry Cavill is about to take his first flight as Superman, and we see a lot of close-ups into him, into the ground, into the actual flight itself. You can see a lot of cool details. Ed Skrine's character as Admiral Noble, really great to hate. I really hated the character. You can feel that you can feel in the beginning that there's a little bit of a little creep, little master manipulator in there, little second child action. Overall, you have a very relatable story. You have this empire, the mother world. You have the resistance, the rebels. Now that I'm saying these out loud, I mean, kind of does sound like a Star Wars knockoff, but there's more to it. There's a lot of little nuances, little differences. It's giving Star Wars, yes, but it could also be Hunger Games, space Hunger Games. But the last 40 minutes, I was hooked. It was explosive. There was a lot of sacrifice. Lots of action, lots of blasters, lots of swords, lots of betrayal. Charlie Hunnam obviously felt the emotional impact of his betrayal there. It almost felt like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, like the final 8 minutes of that movie, just insane, except for, just the last, basically 20 minutes of Rebel Moon. It was pretty explosive. I mean, you've got the Blood Axe guy dying for a cause. You've got the farmer guy actually doing something. And then Korra killing off Admiral Noble. It was awesome. Now, in that whole scene, you can actually see Korra breaking off both of his arms, which was awesome. But also, another nuance that Zack Snyder didn't copy from Star Wars. Because in Star Wars, they just cut arms off instead of breaking them. Breaking arms. Woo! Hawaii. Jim.